Hey guys, welcome back. We are now down to the final game here in the NA closed qualifiers. If Fighting Pandas are able to pull off a win, which does seem a little bit likely. My name is Nomad, and joining me is Elevate as we get into this game. And this series is kind of not so serious. You know, we're having some fun here. Sammy Boy wants to finish it up quickly. He says, and I quote, "We would like to get the reverse 3-2 sweep underway as quickly as possible so that he can go to a rave." Meanwhile, everyone else is kind of discussing anime in the lobby chat. So, you know, setting the tone.
Yeah, not a whole lot of strategic talk. No discussion of first pick or which side. Just kind of flaming each other's anime preference.
Yeah,
And,
and battle for anime obscurity.
Radiant team ban.
Mostly Lucky,
Indeed.
I think, was the main culprit there.
Well, Lukey, will he be on the Nyx Assassin again? Because last game probably made him never want to play that hero.
Yeah,
But
no,
we'll
I
see.
wouldn't if I had that game, but there we go.
10 seconds remaining.
The Void Spirit and Lich opening on Fighting Pandas.
5
Meanwhile, the side of
seconds
Zoomies
remaining.
have got the Enchantress and the Nyx Assassin.
Radiant
Very
team,
annoying duo
dire
from both
team
teams, to be honest. Going to be interesting to see Fighting Pandas how they play around with the Void Spirit and the StarLadder coming out for them as well.
Yep. So they're going for a pretty traditional strong draft right now. With 3 extreme meta here. 3 likely going to have the Void Spirit mid on Bryle, the Slaughter off lane, of course, Lich playing the 5.
10 seconds
And
remaining.
I don't have a problem with any of these picks in any
5
game, pretty
seconds
much.
remaining.
Find
They're
hard
pretty
pressed.
straightforward.
Yeah, exactly. There was some discussion in the lobby about trying to get Finding Pandas to maybe leave the Pango in the pool for a game, but the Finding Pandas agreed to not let that happen because they do want to go to this minor. They definitely want some more DPC points. They would love to go to TI this year, and the best way to do that is to go to the minor, pick up the DPC points, make it to the major, and you know what? They might actually be pretty close if they were to place well at one more major this season.
Yeah, true. I mean, they've managed to grab themselves a fair few DPC points along this journey so far. Getting some decent positionings here and there.
Radiant team pick.
It's not a pipe dream for them at all. Meanwhile, Leshrak going to come out for Zoomies. Yeah, I mean, what do you think about the Zoomies stack? It's apparent they're probably not a long haul team, I wouldn't say. Do you think that's fair?
Yeah, I believe that they formed a week ago, and they will probably unform in about
10 seconds
an
remaining.
hour. So that would be my guess.
5
Yep.
seconds remaining.
Well, at least they could take down Gelotl.
Just the NA way, right?
Dire
You
team
throw
pick.
together some boys with the American dream, and you try to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Realize that there's actually a lot of hard
Radiant
work that
team
goes
ban.
into
Templar Assassin.
the process of becoming a top tier team, and then you give it a go again next month, something like that. That's usually how most of these stacks go.
Yeah, for sure. It's hard to find your place sometimes. Should we do a bit of role reversal here? Do you want to put on the British accent? I'll put on the American accent and see how we do.
Oh, jeez. No, I guess we can give it a try.
Alrighty, alright.
All right, need to get into character.
5 seconds
You got some
remaining.
tea? That'll help.
I'm all out, unfortunately.
We've got some Bud Light. That'll get me in character. Scareth Mage and Templar Assassin coming out for Zoomies. Meanwhile, Finding Pandas, yeah, they're going to go for the SlarDar and Skyreth Mage for their combo. What do you think about this, Donnie?
Team pick.
I do believe that the Zoomies will be trying to pick up some sort of hero. The Fighting Pandas also have one more pick to go, and not entirely sure which hero they will go for, but probably a carry. I do believe E himself. Kind of going in and out of this accent is pretty trash, to be honest.
So this is not the
5
worst I've
seconds
heard an American
remaining.
try to do. Often they do struggle a little bit. All right, Zoomies. So let's get some predictions of the line there. It looks like they've got their mid laner. Looks like they've got their safe laner. They're going for this fast-paced lineup again. They need
Yeah, they do
themselves
have
an
the
off
TA
laner.
this time. At least they have some sort of carry potential with the TA this time. The Leshrac, I would like to see that in the off lane, I think, which would leave them with the Sammy Boy hero. They like the last pick. It is the last game for them, most likely. So Sammy Boy's favorite heroes are Terrorblade, Naga Siren, Monkey King, and Ursa. I'm going to call one of those 4.
A nice sweep there.
Radiant team.
Don't make me look
Centaur
dumb.
again. Oh, they go for
Wow,
that.
I look dumb.
Yep.
Okay. Well, full on fast paced tempo. They have a lot of minus armor. So they're looking to blow up these squishy supports on the side of fighting pandas.
You may
And
now select
that's a
your
meepo.
heroes.
That's a brow meepo, isn't it? It's
It
not
certainly
a
is.
super duper free meepo game, but it's a pretty good meepo game. I mean, Leshrac's not going to really do much to him. Oh fuck, Harry Leshrac's back.
Yeah, I don't see a whole lot that's gonna stop this Meepo from doing what he wants to do. I guess if you were to unfortunately try to blink poof on to a hero that had Lukey sitting on it with Spike Carapace, you could completely screw yourself over. But other than that, I think Bryle should have a pretty free game. Unfortunately for Eternal Envy, he's going to have to play Dota for the entire game, as there is no way for
10
him to just take his
seconds
hands off the
remaining.
keyboard playing Void Spirit and still have any positive impact.
5
Yeah,
seconds
yeah. Though it does
remaining.
seem like he's taken a long time to get this pick. Maybe he's on episode 2 now. There we go. There it comes. Alrighty, game number 3 between Zoomies and Fighting Pandas. Fighting Pandas just one game away from securing their slot at the minor. Zoomies going for this aggression, which they're kind of becoming known for, I would say. But yeah, it does look like it's going to be a tough one into this Meepo. Fairly solid frontline defense from the Fighting Pandas as well. This StarLadder and this Lich combination making anybody that try to go on going to be a bit tanky and a bit hard. I'm thinking this is going to be another quick one, Elevated.
Yeah, most likely. You know, with a Meepo lineup and no real secondary carry, there is always the chance that you take the Aegis away. They do have the potential to do that with the Venge and the TA. So if they are able to snipe the Roshan a couple of times and keep it out of Meepo's hands, then the game definitely does swing a lot more towards the Zoomies side of things. But AoE damage from Leshrac is, you know, it's okay getting Meepo, but really you want that burst damage on 1, and they only have TA for that.
All right, here we go. Game number 3 underway. Almost as exciting as EU for lower bracket finals we had earlier between Lance and Nigma. Almost the same caliber, you know. This what NA has to offer compared to what EU has to offer.
Wow, that was extremely dry British humor right there. I'd almost pick up the
Prepare
sarcasm.
for battle.
What's that kind of?
Indeed.
He should be able to lay a bit of a smackdown into Meepo into mid lane if he can play the lane right. Ched is a decent player. I was very impressed by his performances earlier today.
Yeah, he's definitely looked pretty good, especially in the last series against Gelato. Really carried them on his puck in particular, and they gave him another hero to carry on here with the TA.
Imagine though starting the game on a Meepo pick and getting absolutely dumpstered and then ending the day on a Meepo pick. I really hope they don't get absolutely dumpstered in this one as well. That wouldn't feel good.
A little bit too much deja vu.
30 seconds to battle.
See how the Eternal Envy Void Spirit stacks up against the Sammy Boy Void Spirit.
Yeah, I
Went
mean,
for Bassi
Sammy Boy
first.
Void Spirit wasn't even that bad. Mr. Sword in some trouble. The right click's coming through thick and fast. This might be an Enchantress going down. Do they have the damage? He's got the Fairy Fire, but Moonbiander coming under tower for it, trying to finish the job, and the healing leveled up from Sword is going to keep him alive, but at the same time, you've now leveled up Nature's Attendance, which doesn't feel great for the lane, I don't think. You'll then be being chased through the enemy side of the map.
His courier was also sniped. And he has Remnant level 1, which is not super ideal for
Yeah, Moon's here as well, and he's also being chased, but Aui's even joining the fray. Hello. What the hell is going on? They're just brawling right now, and it looks like Skyroth might be the first blood here, though. Manages to get behind Aoi. Aoi doing the damage to Sword. However, Moon is going to be the first one to drop, and now dropping these Nature's Attendants for the second time already in this game. The value,
Cancels
dude.
the TP.
Sorry?
Sammy Boy just canceled Envy's TP, so he has to walk all the way from the top lane to the bottom lane.
And Aoi's going to go down the other side of the map. Ideal start for Zoomies.
Brow's like, not again, guys. Can you just please stop making me do all the work?
Yeah, absolutely.
They're
Goodness
like, you're
gracious.
young. You have a young, strong back, Brow. You do all the carrying.
Ryle from high school. So,
Envy decides to go to the top lane.
well,
He can't make it to the bottom lane.
Yeah. They're going to start going on. The Ventilers are taking a ton of damage to start things off there, and Snaking will be able to finish off with a bunch of the deep. Quick kill. Envy making the most of his visit to the top lane, waiting 20 more seconds for his TP. Just going to do a couple of laps. Get those legs pumping.
Will Aoi go for the damage down? This is his shot. He's playing carry right now.
Fortunately, he is in a bit of trouble. Has to pop the Frost Shield to get himself back as Luki and Sword getting a bit busy on him. Meanwhile, Envy, well, hey, finally has a TP. All right, let's go. Down to bottom, we'll go. I really hope he immediately dies and has to walk back to lane again. That'd be funny.
God.
Seems unlikely against this lane, though.
You're an evil man.
An Impetusless Enchantress doesn't do much. Meanwhile, how's mid going? 10-1 to 9-0. Yeah, bro, doing pretty damn peachy.
Yep. Just gonna shove the lane out, go farm the jungle camps, accelerate past the TA, kind of ignore he has probably the E-Blade, and at that point, a TA with Refraction doesn't fare too well against 3 Meepos beating you down.
No, certainly does not. Meanwhile, cute little play in the bottom lane. Oh, whoever Jacker is has just put one in the... Alright, apparently we're counting now. What the hell is going on? Yeah, admins mistyped 1 somehow in all chat. The players just start counting. Never change, NA Dota. I'm enjoying my visit.
Welcome to the true hub of Dota culture.
Oh yes. Learning so much from his casts. Stun out on StarLadder once again, but Science comes out from Moon, stops the splitter from coming through. Another quick turnaround to grab the kill onto Flapjack. Sammy Boy though, he's got a decent amount of damage to throw down onto Moon, but Moon can just outpace him pretty easily. Brow just continuing to essentially just ignore Ched and farm up the creeps. He's got one interest, and it is not killing the TA, it is gold.
Yeah, as it should be on an early stage Meepo. You know who doesn't have any interest in gold is Eternal Envy. Only 7 last hit 4 minutes into the game. Yeah, that's what happens when you avoid playing your lane for the first 2 minutes.
Come get healed.
Yeah, you know, he's going to find his way back into it. But this is something which we can actually talk about, which Fighting Pandas have done a lot so far, is when they draft this Lich, they tend to always grab the Bazzi, but right now Luki's on top of Aoi. Now he's going to run himself to the trees. He's got the Frost Shield to put onto himself. I think he's going to need to use it. But he actually goes on to Envy instead. They turn around and get a kill onto Luki. Meanwhile, Aoi trying to hide in the trees. Sword will find him and get the Impetus kill. Envy unable to do much more.
Yeah, I do really like the Bassi pickup when you have a hero that wants to spam abilities like a Lich does. I wonder if he'll turn it into a Veil, maybe. Or if he'll just leave it as a casual Bassi. Either one is reasonably good on the hero. Of course, it's not a crit, and we want to see the crit coming out on this hero most of the time, but, you know, it is Envy, so he's going to build what he wants to build.
Yep, yeah, trying to predict it will only make you seem stupider.
Lord knows I don't need that.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Man, you should never try and predict. Well, Moon's going to be able to secure this bounty rune. Meanwhile, the other one goes towards the Zoomies. And up here, Fighting Panda's going to be able to secure themselves 2. Nice 3 for 1 on the bounties.
TA having a very good game, still out farming the Meepo actually, despite not much time being spent in the mid lane by Bryle.
Yeah, out CSing and probably definitely out net worthing. Looky. Gonna take a looky at the Meepo. Might find him TP. Ah, he's a little bit too late for that one, unfortunately. Game on the top lane. Snaking. I think he's alright here.
Yeah, going for drums on StarLadder for that early game fighting. Pairs fairly well with the sprint build that everybody's going, except he has gone 3 points in Bash of the Deep because they are trading so much and fighting over these creeps.
Yeah, for sure. It's given him a lot of value in this game at the very least. Stun coming out his way. Sammy Boy trying to follow the split up, but it's actually off cooldown still, so no chance. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Sword throwing the impetuses towards Owie. Look at the damage, it's disgusting. Now Lukey, he's got a haste rune. Hello, Envy. Stun comes out. Has he got the damage to finish the job? Meanwhile, Owie gets killed off the backside here. Lukey able to just get, oh, nicely done with a spike carrot. Finds a kill, and he gets dropped as well. Zoomies 2 kills in the bottom lane. They're doing pretty well down here. Meanwhile, for the top lane, they're looking for the turnaround. Scarra's going to be the target. Meanwhile, Snaking getting on top of Leshrac, but Moon's already brought down. The Diabolic Edict is going to be enough, but the turnaround, Snaking, he needs a right click. He's going to die to the Edict. He's just going to fall here. 2 more kills for Zoomies across the map right now. Fighting PandaS, a very, very messing laning phase for them.
Radiant's middle tower
Yeah, Zoomies playing well. The Leshrac is not the best matchup. That is for sure. The hero definitely wants to trade against melee heroes, and Leshrac is extremely good against every melee hero for that matter.
Pretty much. Meanwhile, the bottom tower will fall. Zoomies definitely finding that pressure right now. I'm going to throw it to net worth and see the TA quite clearly on top. So even at mid, they are doing better, winning every lane, dare I say it.
Yeah, they certainly are. Envy has moved to the top lane. Can't really challenge this Enchantress at all, and Sword is to be a problem. Until Meepo feels ready to start blowing her up, there's actually no threat for this hero. Meander still only level 4 on the Skywrath Mage. Also having a bit of a hard time with finding the impact.
Some trouble. She might have the point on Untouchable, but Snaking still trying to get through her. She's got the Bash of the Deep available if they can slow her down enough. Unfortunately, Snaking being blocked up by his teammate can't actually close the gap here, and Sword will get away and now turn around and throw a couple of spears the way of Owie. Ouchie.
Sammy boy trying to steal some of Meepo's farm, maybe find him jungle. Rotates in. Nice ward placed by Lukey. Set up for this play.
Top lane, trading some spells here, as he does dodge the magic missile quite nicely, but Sammy Boy catches him just with the edge of the split up, and now they're trying to run him down. They've got the damage, they've got the kill, and V's gonna die. Just Flapjack as well, though. The return comes in, but Sammy Boy's still got a ton of damage to the face. He's gonna run down Meander as well, alright. 2 kills up at the top lane.
Leshrac doing work right now. He's level 6, 202, only 36 last hits, but he's got plenty of spread damage, 3 points in the Edict, really chewing through the Void Spirit.
Yeah, he's finding
and
these
the
kills,
Mage.
making these heroes look like butter. And him, the warm knife. Again, it's a simple life, isn't it? Pop the Edict, run at heroes, see what happens, stun comes out, nearly gets out the Skywrath. Doesn't quite do so. Now Sammy Boy's on the run. He's also out of mana and no TP available, but thankfully he's fast as hell and gets himself a million miles away from sort of fighting PandaS before they're even remotely close to bringing him down.
Yeah, a bit more of an invade coming from Zoomies, bringing multiple heroes to the mid lane, trying to pressure Bryle out and maybe take this tier 1 tower. Sword is also rotated in, and if they are able to claim this, that's not very much space left available for the Meepo.
Yeah, it doesn't seem that super interested in it though. Chilling out a bit. Owie though will be seen here. 3 heroes on top of him. This is definitely a dead Lich, I would imagine. The right clicks, Snaking doing his best to keep Owie alive here. But yeah, finally the right clicks do come through. They'll grab the kill. Snaking can't do much about that one. Meanwhile, Sammy Boy, he's busy grabbing bounty runes. So Snaking trying to challenge one hit. Sammy Boy, can he land a stun? Unfortunately not. This StarLadder's got a haste rune. He's way too fast to bring down with Split Earth.
And he's going on an adventure. Gonna zoom on through Zoomies territory.
Fitting. Look, I love it when they just wait to the very last second and boom, cancel it out. Snaking there, gonna go straight back for. No, he's done. He's done.
Yeah, probably advisable. You never know who's coming around the corner.
Absolutely.
You spent that much time standing still. And still no tier 1 towers claimed by the side of Fighting PandaS. A little bit different than the last couple of games where they have made a huge point of making sure they get down those towers for easy map control.
But to be fair, Zoomies have also only taken one as well. Meanwhile, we've got a swap back from Flapjack, bringing Snaking under the tower.
Oh, nice stun from Luke.
Well. Yeah, that was a nice little catch. Going to set up the Split Earth easily, and now the magic damage can come through, and they'll find themselves the easy one. Well, it was an easy one, actually. So it was very well worked for a kill. Oh, I won't take that away from you, Zoomies. You tried hard, and you got it.
I believe Owie's dead.
Yeah, no news. No big updates here. You could say that at pretty much any point in the game so far.
top tower is under attack.
Am I being unfair? Yeah, no, I'm not. 0 to 5. I'm being totally reasonable.
Smoke in from both supports, trying to catch Bryle sleeping in the mid lane, but Fighting PandaS
They might find him right now. Moonmeander, well, they're actually going to go straight onto the Nyx, but the swap out going to save him. Never mind, it comes to Mystic Flare. He's actually surviving through this, and they'll get the return kill onto Snaking. Meanwhile, Aoi taking some hits here. He's got the shield, but that's not going to do him much to the Spears of Sword. And they're running down mid. Fighting Panda, are they alright here? Elevated?
This is definitely getting a little bit scary for them. The Meepo doesn't quite have the E-Blade yet, so he doesn't want to fight the TA. Doesn't have the ability to save the Meepo that gets low and focused by TA. I also think that this Leshrac, he went for Boots of Travel so he can be all over the map and fight constantly, but he does quite a bit of damage, which is a little scary. Only level 1 Pulse Nova, though, is not the worst thing for Meepo to deal with, but still, it's definitely up to Bryle right now to farm safely as possible and find the space to be able to get, I think, probably at least one more item.
Meanwhile, Flapjack will fall in the top lane. Bryle finding his first pick-off, I believe. As down bottom, they kill off Lukey as well. Fighting PandaS, they are killing off these sloppy heroes, the left behinds.
Yep, and Sammy Boy, he's awfully deep.
Yeah, he gets one kill, but are they going to be able to punish here? In comes Envy. Moonmeander on the run. Only 2 heroes here so far, but they will grab themselves.
Outpost.
Oh, yeah. This could be a real catch, but unfortunately they don't have the net. They get the distance. No, well, Remnant comes down. Sammy Boy juking it out. In come the other Meepos. He actually ran into it. Sammy Boy, no. Oh, that doesn't feel too great. I think he stood a chance of getting away there if he just kept running, but he runs back. He gets confused. He doubts himself, and that unfortunately leads to his death.
Yeah, I think people are still a little bit unsure of quite how big the pull radius is on Remnant. Yeah, surprisingly wide.
They might get get a return kill. Aoi drops, but Swordless dive response.
It's a 4 streak, and Moon pretty close to this Atos, so it's gonna make Ench's life a lot more difficult. Although she does have a hood, so already relatively tanky considering.
Sammy Boy's just going to run down lanes, keep on pushing him down. Get them all-important creeps, but there's heroes coming his way once again, but without a Blink Dagger on the StarLadder, it's pretty tricky to close the gap on... Oh, he's chosen to farm the camp. Oh no, and here comes the E-Blade, you're absolutely right, and here comes the Poofs as well. The other Meepos making their way over, another net coming down, the damage is in, and Sammy Boy is out. Fighting PandaS, they are laying down the punishment onto Sammy Boy. 2 kills in a row, quickly done. And TP out from the Meepo as well brings him down to safety.
Lukey in vision, but he's hasted, should be fine. And Bryle did a really nice job there, actually. He only poofed in 1 Meepo at a time to avoid getting Split Earth and have that kill potentially go awry.
Oh, I was wondering why I was doing that. Luki will see Brawl here, and he knows he's not under vision. Oh, until Brawl plays down a sentry of his own. See you later.
Still no towers claim though, and you can see that Zoomies are trying to put the vice on Fighting Pandas a little bit. Constrict them into their little triangle left of the map.
Yeah, but Fighting Pandas are able to get themselves a couple of return kills so far. It's been pretty good. But Snakey's actually the one in trouble right now. But with Remnant, they'll be able to buy them a little bit more space. Now we're going to give himself up as a tribute. But Brawl coming in, finding the TA. That's a big target. Can they kill off Jed? The Swamp's going to buy him a little bit of time. Snakey's trying to chase him down, but gets stunned up. Envy's going to be on the case. Does he have any spells to use though? No, and with a swap out from Flapjack, they're going to buy Ched the space he needs to survive. Very nicely done. And now Zoomies, they're looking for the response here. They're looking for some targets. Brawl is gone, however, the Meepos escape. Doesn't seem to be anything left for the Zoomies to grab up in the top lane.
Yeah, I do think that once this BKB comes out on TA, that is a pretty huge power spike for Zoomies. Almost all of the damage from Fighting Pandas right now is magical, and they're going to go take the Roche, and this should be pretty straightforward. I don't think that the Pandas are going to get here in time or even know that this is happening.
You're going to see things out with Meteor Hammer, but mostly it is the Templar Assassin going to town with his Deso. Flapjack throwing in the anti-armor wave as well. And down goes Roshan. Chet takes himself on Aegis. Zoomies are finding the momentum this game. This is the most promising they've looked so far in this series.
Yeah, 100%. And, you know, you give a team like this a little bit of momentum, you never know what's going to happen. It does seem like Fighting Pandas are maybe less than 100% invested in this series, at least so far. That's probably not the best way to qualify for a minor.
Nice jump. Gets the extra step out just in time. I don't know how he knew he was being chased there, but he certainly did. Votes out by a second. Well, Sammy Boy's still chasing. He's going to see him here. Envy, he doesn't have another Astral Step. He used two, and he's going to miss a Remnant as well. Sammy Boy might just run him down here. Even Sword coming to meet him on the other side of this tower. Good night, Envy. Well, evading for certain death and then finding certain death. 'Tis the Envy way sometimes.
Top tower is under attack.
50-50 every time. Will Fighting Pandas group up and take a tower? If they do, they will definitely lose their tier 2 bottom. Sammy Boy is being a huge nuisance with boosted travel, keeping all these lanes pushed out, relieving pressure all over the map, and letting his team get a huge map control advantage, which is pretty concerning if you're the Meepo team.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, really, Brawl's doing not a great job on staying on top of their worth. In fact, I don't think he's been there the entire game. It's been the TA show. But he does have the Ethereal Blade. Blink coming up soon as well.
Yep, and they have to go defend their tier 3 tower because it's already down to half health. Desolator, TA, and a Leshrac means very, very scary. Braille left a couple Meepos in the top lane, and they are surrounded by enemy heroes right now.
Meanwhile, now he's just getting chopped up. The daily sacrifice of the Lich. He can't do it to creeps anymore, so he's just doing it to himself.
Better him than the Meepo, that's for sure.
True, absolutely. Get a bit of a gank find it. Meanwhile, Fighting Pandas looking for a smoke up here. If they can find Sammy Boy, that would be very pleasant, but instead they're going to go behind them and they'll find the Enchantress.
She's so tanky, though.
She's not bad, is she? But unfortunately, the death will come eventually, and Brawl will grab up that kill. Zoomies, they're thinking of coming over and making something happen, but yeah, in the end, they just let it die. Probably for the best.
Yeah, TA stuck in the top lane, and without her, they definitely don't want to take any fights. BKB is now coming out to Ched. He also has an Imp Claw, which is pretty disgusting on this hero.
Yeah, that does help him out a hell of a lot. Prince up on strike. Uh-oh, heals up onto the Void Spirit, leaving him behind, but they get the turnaround onto the Leshrac here. Meepo coming in as well, should be able to finish the job here onto Sammy Boy. A couple of right clicks required, but they do bring down the Lesh. And now it looks like Lucky will be heading the same way as well. A TP coming in from Sword, but I'm not sure how much he can really commit to this. Things coming out as well. The Vikings already chasing.
Where's the rest of the team?
Yeah, I'm wondering that myself. Good half-assed attempts here at fighting from Zoomies. They're doing a great job earlier, but now, well, I mean, not an AoE kill. What's he on now? 0 and 10? Jesus Christ.
going for 1 every 2 minutes. It's a pretty good ratio. But if you take away those 10 kills from the Lich, who's irrelevant to kill, then Fighting PandaS is actually ahead. So that is kind of important to keep in mind, actually.
I mean, it's a completely valid point. You're actually right.
Trying to look, who are these? 3 kills on the Lesh, none on the TA. That's a big deal.
Yeah, TA's been having a good time, but I don't think Meepo's gone down either here. So, who's gonna die first? Oh, you're right. You know what, chat? It's time. Who will die first? Bryle on the Meepo or Ched on the TA? If you think that Meepo will die first, press 1. If you think the TA will die first, press 2. If you think neither of them are going to die, press 3.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
If
anybody gets it right by pressing 3, then Nomad will personally thank you.
I will come to your house, possibly.
He will cough all over you.
Yeah, I'll give you my my mysterious virus.
Spooky.
I don't check the news very often. Has anything been going around or?
Yeah, there's this thing called swine flu or smallpox.
Oh, okay, might be that. Not a big deal though, right?
No, definitely not.
Cool. I'm good.
Scotty is the next item for Bryle, getting pretty close. And that'll make him a pretty tough target for the TA to burst down. Envy still working on an Orchid and then a BKB.
Yeah, he had to get his first item yet, and he had to really do much, Envy, to be honest. But actually, that's kind of unfair. He's been making a lot of space. He's been making plays across the map.
Yeah, he's been clicking his buttons and clicking his mouse. That's for sure. Lukey might find him here, though.
Lukey and cancelling these outbursts at the last second. Name a more iconic duo, and they've got so much lockdown to pour into the guy. They are just going to get this kill as from the low ground, Sammy Boy finishes the job with the splitter. See you later, Envy.
No buyback, and that'll enable the Zoomies to push in a little bit. Looks like they're going to find Moon as well. Trap caught him.
Yeah, see you later, bud. So much damage coming out of this TA right now. She's got a BKB to burn as well. Looks like Ched really wants to try and take himself a victory for this one. They don't want to get 3-0'd.
Definitely not. The MKB is the item that he's queuing up now. It's all but the Demon Edge available, and only a couple hundred gold away from that.
Yeah, Ched's absolutely farming up the storm, way ahead of the Meepo now as well. Who has finished off his Gaddy, but just hasn't really felt like much of a hero. Hasn't been doing much. Blink finally queued up from him. I mean, that'll allow him to be a little bit more aggressive. Usually, when you're playing this Meepo, you kind of just build stats items or ethereal blades or whatever until you do want to join fights, and then that's when you whip out the Blink dagger and then you start kind of joining up with everybody else.
Yeah, but not finding a whole lot of opportunities. The vision control for that of Zoomies is really good. You got this deep ward in the mid lane. You've got traps all over the place, making it super hard for Fighting PandaS to leave their base without giving up a ton of information.
Yeah, Fighting PandaS definitely feeling a bit stuck in this one, and Lukey's doing a great job this game on just being that next assassin. Sees one courier, sees the second, but Lich's going to control it up.
Is under attack.
Look at that sparkly trail. Beautiful. Majestic.
Instant smoke by the Pandas and the Zoomies at the same time.
Oh, we're going to have ourselves a gang war.
Who's under whose vision? They just saw Envy use that ability and come out of the smoke, so Zoomies knows exactly where Fighting PandaS are. Is it
immediately starting it off onto Snaking here, however, he gets the Ethereal Blade up to stop those right clicks coming in through straight away, but Fighting PandaS want nothing to do with this fight. Ched did pop the BKB for this one. It's going to be running out pretty soon, and Bryle's thinking he can go for this one, but me on the backline, Snaking's going to get brought down, and Bryle is out. He's actually just gone straight away onto Lukey, instead finding a different target, but Sammy Boy coming in from behind. I'm not sure that's the best idea for him. Oh, he's got a BKB, never mind, turning it around. Now he's going to be the target, but Snaking back bashing him up. He can't actually chase Owie too far into the trees.
Where's
And after
TA?
all, it's just Owie, and Tammy Boy's gonna get dropped. TA, where are you? Your team's in trouble. And she's like, no BKB, no me. I'm out of there, boys. And leaves his team for dead. Fighting Pandas, just play around the trees, play around the vision, split up the fight, bait out some BKBs, and find a very nice fight down at bottom. They might just be back in this one.
Yeah, still a 9k lead for the Zoomies, but it doesn't really quite feel like that. There's always just this looming specter of the Meepo who doesn't really feel that countered. The Leshrac has died quite a few times now, and the damage output is just not there. TA is certainly dangerous, but also feels relatively countered by this Meepo. Snaking is pretty close. He's two components away from the Aghanim Scepter, and at that point, he will become a big nuisance for Templar Assassin as well, just running at her, this huge amount of armor, regen, status resist, just bashing her down when she does use the BKB.
Nice spider legs on Snaking as well, but meanwhile on the sidelines there, they find Owie. Whatever at this stage, what are we on? 12 deaths for Owie.
He does have a kill now.
Dropped.
Sammy Boy?
Meepo. Sammy Boy's in trouble. He's going to have to pop the BKB. Does have a TP if he wants to use it to get out, so he'll be alright. Meanwhile, the rest of his team going for Roshan. This is actually pretty nice from him. Find the space his team needs to take Roshan contested. Another Aegis in the hands of the TA.
Yeah, I did say at the beginning of the game that if Zoomies are able to take a couple of Roshans away, and they have certainly done that, there's a very good chance that they could take this game. They also just found an Orb of Destruction on Ched, and that is the ideal item for this TA.
Yeah, that is Dreamboat status achieved. Ched's nearly 6 slotted, just with his Aegis taking up a slot. Nearly there. Imagine either Daedalus or Bloodthorn come out next for the TA, depending if she just wants pure up damage to go through the Meepo or something else.
Yeah, maybe even a Nullifier to get through the E-Blade. That kill the Meepo straight up.
More spider legs.
Titan Sliver on Snaking. That plus the Aghanim is going to make him extremely tanky. And Envy has the Orchid complete as well, so he can actually snipe some backline supports if he can find them. Also make TA's life a little bit more dangerous once the BKB wears down.
Yeah, unfortunately, Envy's trying to stalk, but is also being stalked himself by Luki. Could be
Sentry.
In a bit of a trap right now. Yeah, and I'll see Luki behind him. Envy does a good job in just kind of pretending that he doesn't see. But can't bait him in much further. And he goes through sentries the entire time. There's 2 of them down. Sammy Boy, hello sir. This is the wrong neighborhood. He's going to pop the BKB, but they've got a decent amount of right-click damage just to get through, and the right-clicks will follow, and down he will go. Meanwhile...
Owie gets the kill.
Yeah, oh jeez. The right-click from Owie finishes the job. Meanwhile, Snaking's going to be the next target. Maelstrike comes through, but he's got a stomp, but unfortunately with the blink forward from Ched. Well, actually, the swap helping him out a little bit, but they'll still grab the kill anyway. That's a slightly bigger kill.
Yeah, definitely 70 seconds, no buyback since it was used earlier. Still on cooldown for another 4 minutes. Envy will snag the outpost in the top side of the map. And Meepo just continues to farm. Does have a DD and has the Hex queued up as well, so that'll be peak Bryle in this game, I think. But he might get found here.
By the way.
Sorry?
Cheese is ignored. Now, usually, you know, cheese ignored is one thing. Moonviander literally came into the pit, did not, like, killed all the TA traps, right? They didn't take this rush. This technically belongs to Zoomies. Moon came in, cleaned up the traps, and then just left the cheese still there. I mean, I don't know how you don't spot that. Huh?
Lactose intolerant, maybe?
Gotta be it. Gotta be.
I feel bad for him. I mean, I love cheese and pizza.
Milk. Big milk fan. Just a nice glass of milk to start your day off.
Yeah, I like mine with coffee, personally. But I agree. We talked about calcium earlier, and Calcium's good. Big strong boys,
Underrated.
right? Big strong
Underrated
Dota
mineral.
players.
Yeah, just maybe we'll take this pause to say sorry to everyone on Dota TV. I'm able to mute myself on Twitch, so you guys don't have to listen to my horrendous lung-wrenching coughs. But yeah, Dota TV, they've been experiencing a full brunt of that. So sorry, guys. You know, just go watch on Twitch if you don't want to feel physically ill.
I wonder if there's anybody still hanging out after.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I imagine I scared them all away. Probably worried of contracting something together.
All right. Will Zoomies be able to actually get something done with this? Can they force the issue? Like, Fighting Pandas is sitting in their base with the Meepo, but as per usual, Envy doing some split pushing.
Oh, Snaking wants to go rave.
Multiple heroes disconnecting.
Yeah, I mean, all things considered, we're looking. Don't know. Envy looking for a BKB. He's still a long way off. He's had a real rough game, to be fair. It's more on Brile.
Yeah, it all started with that trip to the top lane after the rune fight where he stunned up by Sammy Boy and had to sit up in the top lane for a minute and a half.
Just discussing their private affairs in all chat.
Yeah, they you know, they're open books. This is what we've been wanting to see out of Dota players for a long time. A little bit of look at the personality of the player, not just the heroes that they portray, but you know, some inside content, stuff that we get paid thousands of dollars to create as video editors and producers. You know, it's
Yeah, behind the scenes on
exactly
Zoomies and Fighting Pandas, a bold expose on the Dota 2 scene, if you will, with raving and anime, and that's pretty much it. So we've got Meepo heading towards the side of Vice. That's going to be his plan to take this game into his hands. The lockdown needed. Should be a pretty good pickup now that these BKB timings getting nice and low. Well, I say nice and low, it's still 9 seconds on Shed, but still always a great idea to try and lock him down. And Tia, you know, she doesn't have much health. 1,700 is all she has once you're through the refraction. Once you're through the BKB, she is a squishy girl.
Yeah, might as well also do just a neutral item check. We've got,
Dire's top tower is
in addition to the Orb of Destruction, on the side of Zoomies, Enchanted Quiver currently on Nyx Assassin, Spider Legs on Leshrac,
Oh, that's
Arcane
cute.
Ring.
Enchanted Quiver on Nyx.
Arcane Ring is on the Venge, and actually, the Enchantress is holding the Ironwood tree from the side of Fighting Panda.
That's savage. Unknown.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yep. Meanwhile, on the side of Fighting Pandas, you got the telescope on the Lich, you got the
Radiant
Spider Legs on the Void
structures are
Spirit,
fortified.
the Titan Sliver on the StarLadder, and apparently, yeah, Broom Handle on the Meepo, Philosopher's Stone on. Oh, Lich is dead again. Okay.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's tier 3, 15 HP left. Surprise is not being backdoored right now
Dire's
by the
bottom
TA.
tower has fallen.
Yeah, that one's. Oh, there we go.
Radiant's bottom tower
No longer a
has
surprise.
fallen.
That's actually starting on the melee barracks now as well. Give that a couple until the back door kicks in. Why not? Hello,
Radiant's
back door.
bottom barracks are under attack.
Back door, where are you?
Creeps were right at the mid lane. There was still a catapult there, so it's going to be a free set of barracks.
Oh my god.
Almost. The melee at least.
That's the important one.
Dire's top
Gone.
tower is
I
under
mean, I feel like
attack.
Zoomies can just back out now if they want. Sword's going to try and do the same thing. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Let me give it a go. Unfortunately, the backdoor protection is now kicked in, making it a little
Doesn't
bit harder.
have quite the punch of the TA's right clicks either, as much as you'd like to believe.
Yeah, Sword can dream.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Cheese still in the pit.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Envy's
attack.
putting pretty good pressure in the top lane. Looks like it will be a free tier 2 with Catapult taking the tower.
Dire's top tower
So it's always
has
a little bit
fallen.
dangerous to suddenly have tier 3s exposed against a Meepo, but the other lane's looking pretty peachy. Mid tier 1 tower still up at 31 minutes is unbelievably late.
Yeah, I basically missed the boat on that one. Meanwhile, Luki's going to get dropped in the bottom lane. Mimianda brings him down with a Mystic Flare. An easy kill.
There is a gem now on Owie as well as a Ghost Scepter, so maybe a few less deaths, maybe a little bit less surprise for him.
The game's still very much in Zoomies' favor. I mean, they've got 11k gold advantages. It's fairly
Dire's middle
significant.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, it certainly is. Eternal Envy has the BKB complete, going for Bloodthorn next, but even that, it still really is just all in the back of Bryle's Meepo. He's going for a second Scotty now with the Hex complete, and the question is, can he find the important pickoffs with this? Can he get the Leshrac before BKB? Can he find the TA after hers is over? Aegis has expired, so if you've ever watched an Eternal Envy team, you know that they know this, and I wonder if they're going to continue to keep splitting or whether they want to take a fight.
Well, Brawl's in trouble, but it actually seems to be Lugi's in trouble. Well, Sammy Boy's coming into this one as well. Ched making his way over. I think they need to leave right now fighting Pandas, but Brawl's still getting baited in to try and fight this one. Snaking doing
fighting in
pretty
the
well
tunnel.
on the front lines. And yeah, in the back, in comes Envy. They find Flapjack. The first kill of the fight goes the way of
Brawl gets
Zoomies,
done.
and they get a second one as well. Sorry, fighting Pandas. They take down 2. Snaking finally dies in response, but Ched, can he fight into Brawl right now? No, he cannot. He's going to drop as well. Ched is down, and all of a sudden, they find themselves a fight on the fighting Pandas. They're going to find themselves more. The Enchantress, she's going to be the next one on the kill list, and she's gone as well. Bryle finds himself the double, and it is 4 kills going their way right now. Fighting Pandas. Oh, they absolutely destroyed that one.
Yeah, both cores with no buyback either. If Fighting Pandas wanted to push this issue, they could potentially even get an entire lane of barracks here and equalize this game entirely. Down to a 6k net worth lead. What was it? Like 12k not too long ago?
Yeah. Really diminishing this one, halving it. And
Dire's
you
middle tower
gotta give it
is
credit,
under
that was all Snaking that fight. You know, he did an amazing job on the front lines, just kind of disrupting, baiting spells, making space for Bryle. Bryle just was allowed to get his target selection off. Oh man, look at this. I don't think I've ever seen a repair kit on a tier 1 tower.
It's such a huge piece of map control. Kind of make
Yeah, he's
in
holding
this
it.
case.
Fair enough. Oh, someone took the cheese. Who has the cheese? Let's have a look. Oh, Enchantress found it. Enchantress got the cheese. Someone's watching the stream. No, I'm just kidding, but she did pick it up. And gave it on over to Sammy Boy. Alright, so Zoomies got it in the end, so you know, they're the ones who should have it. They were the ones that took Roche. Meanwhile, they grab themselves a kill onto Flapjack. Looking for a Nyx as well, but they ain't gonna find him. Nyx is in the trees, well positioned to not get caught out here.
You can feel the momentum starting to shift. Suddenly 3k gold lead for, and Fighting Pandas are all of a sudden playing on the dire side of the map for the first time as a team. Gonna get 2 of the bounties here probably as well, and hold this area until Roche is up. Should be respawning here in just a couple of seconds. They have vision control of the area, and will they check it? That's a good question. There's the big boy.
I just
Pinned
realized
down by
StarLadder
Al.
with its Aghanims and the Titan Slit is pretty insane.
Yeah. Really,
Now we
really,
know
really
Roche
strong.
is up and fighting Pandas. Feeling a little bit hesitant to go for this. You know, there's a little creep within the pitch. He knows that Roshan is up and they know something's going to happen here. And I'll see
Everybody
him.
knows.
There's a Hex coming out onto the Nyx assassin. No chance of the Spike Carapace coming off for you, sir. That is a Nyx dead. Looky, going to be the first blood. And maybe they can look towards Roche here. I'm actually going to smoke up into Roche. Obviously, that's a
There's
judge.
a creep here.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what they were expecting.
Oh my god, look how fast it's dying though.
Yeah, this Roche, it's already gone. The StarLadder, the Meepos, they'll bring them down, and now they've got the Refresher Shard on the StarLadder. They've got an Aegis on the Meepo. Everything going into fighting Pandas backpacks right now. They buy back on the Nyx Assassin, but it's just too late. It was so quick.
Envy finished up the Bloodthorn right before that. And that was the difference right there. Just instantly deleting the Roshan.
Yeah, 4
Cheese on
Meepos,
StarLadder.
anti-armor, Bloodthorn, and that means no more Roche. Yeah, they weren't prepared for that speed. And now jump forward, Hex onto the Enchantress. She's going to be the target right now. They might have a dead to rights. Meanwhile, Snaking deal with the side targets whilst Brawl continues to chase down Sword. Sword just being punched in. The Untouchable keeping her alive. She's just turned 18, so it's pretty annoying, but doesn't matter what level she is. They're going to take her down all the same. Meanwhile, Envy running through this fight. They're looking towards Sammy Boy. Sammy Boy popping the BKB to try to make himself survive. But the flip thing is going to happen. Pop the cheese, though. That should help out. BKB still running, and it should get him out safely. But meanwhile, on the back lines, Flapjack will drop, and he's going to give him the gem. Shad getting himself away on the sidelines there. Meanwhile, Brawl just farming up these creeps, continuing to get the push on. And finally, at 37 minutes into the game, they will take down that middle tier 1 tower.
Dire's middle tower.
Wow, so much map control all of a sudden. Oh, they found another one. Nyx Assassin.
They certainly do. An extra kill going their way. Nyx, looky. I mean, you know, he was the kill which started the Roche fight, and now he's the kill which prolongs his push in the middle lane. Gotta be careful on this Nyx when these... I feel like there's always kind of times when it's okay to risk your life scouting as Nyx, and there's times when it should be respected a little bit more, but I don't know when those times are. I just know that sometimes it feels really bad to die as a Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, and this is one of them because he has no buyback for 50 seconds, and it's one of the big pieces of control that they have against this Meepo.
Exactly.
It's going to be a mid set of racks. There's multiple creep waves coming in. Sammy Boy going for the split push. He's actually going to maybe make a trade here. There are creeps in the base. Envy's going to try and cut him off, though.
But meanwhile, they're just jumping in high ground here. They're going under the tier 4s. They're going to be able to tell down Ched, he's going to have to buy back into this one, but they're not going to be able to time. Sword and Flapjack have already gone down. These guys don't have buyback, and now there's a Meepo pushing away at tier 4s. You need to come home. You need to come home, Sammy Boy. Mummy wants you, but unfortunately, only 3 heroes are going to be out to try and defend this Ancient. Braille is onto the Ancient already, and it looks like this is going to be it. The admin is called GG.
Is that actually the admin, or is it some weird bug?
I don't know, man. I don't know, but...
what is happening?
They've won. I mean, they're jumping down deep right now. Luke is going to die. Mumianda does drop, but with Sammy Boy dropping, and down goes the TA as well. And that is going to be actual GG. The end, alas, to whatever the hell this was. The NA Minor Best of 5 lower bracket finals will go to the Fighting Pandas, who secured their spot in the minor. They're going to Ukraine, and Sammy with the wholesome messages to send them off. They will be the second hope for NA, joining the Business Associates, aka XJ Storm, over there to fight off for the pride of America. You know, it was a journey. It had its highs, it had its lows, it had its memes, and it had its throws. But overall, Fighting Pandas put on a great show and beat Zoomies down 3-0. And that's going to be that. Elevated, any closing thoughts on this game?
No, just thank you for having me on. I appreciate the opportunity to cast some good Dota, some fun Dota, and I'm excited for both the minor and the major. And happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Give yourself a hug, give your significant other a hug, and give Twitch chat a hug. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, let's see some hearts, guys. All right, we are going to call it there, but thanks a ton for watching. It's been a great adventure, and congratulations again to Aoi2000, Bryle, Moon Meander, Eternal Envy, and Snaking, as they're going to Ukraine to play off in the StarLadder Minor for NA, for themselves, for the Fighting Pandas. And yeah, they're going to be joining the Business Associates out there. Fortunate Zoomies, they didn't manage to pull off the win today. They are going to go and, you know, work on things, you know, maybe have some switch-ups, maybe find new stacks, I don't know. It was allegedly one of these stacks that formed like a week ago to play in these qualifiers. So, yeah, hopefully we see plenty more from these guys. I've definitely learned some new names in the NA region and certainly know who to look out for in the future. Ched definitely impressing me throughout these qualifiers, but unfortunately, it wasn't their match today. And with that, we're going to say goodbye. It's going to put an end to things. Thanks a ton for watching. Thank you so much for coming to join us. It does mean the world. Of course, if you did enjoy the cast, and the best way to support cast is, of course, following them on Twitter. So follow Elevated, follow myself at NomadCasts if you did enjoy us. And yeah, I hope a lot to see you around. And goodbye. Love each other. Adios.